What's up, everybody? It's your boy Doggie Diamonds. Another episode of Doggie Diamonds No Filter. This is a special one because Brooklyn is definitely in the building. Let them know who I got on the line today.
Yeah, what up, y'all? Bill Gans, world famous MOP, Brownsville, Brooklyn zone, man. I'm here.
Yeah,
Diamonds, what's good?
what's going on, bro? So a lot going on with you right now. You about to venture out into this solo world. How does it feel?
Strange. Gotta be honest, bro. Strange because my whole life I've been connected to fame and connected to the MOP camp, and I'm still connected, of course, because that's my heart and my soul. But to do this is a little different, especially after all of these years of being presented to the world as a group. You know what I mean? But I mean, I'm getting good feedback from everything, so I'm feeling good. And fame got my back 100%. So we're moving forward with this thing, brother.
Why now though? Why? Because you could have did it within the last 15 years. Why 2019? You like, you know what? I'm gonna go out there now.
Dude, you know what's crazy? I started getting active in doing solo records or pursuing a solo project about 15 years ago.
Mm.
And it just, I would make 5 or 6 records. I'd be like, okay, these hot. I'm gonna keep going. But then the MOP situation would always come right back into the fold. Like the public would demand a tour or a project or something like that, and I couldn't let them down. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So I kept going back and forth. So I've been fighting with this for a long time, bro.
What,
A
what
long time,
what's
brother.
the difference between, besides the obvious? What's the difference between recording as a soloist and recording as a group?
You know what? There's the good and the bad, right?
Uh
Because
huh.
like I get to go in there and kind of focus on what I want to do without any other, without anybody else jumping in or having any other opinions. But then it's times when you need somebody there
Okay.
especially when you're used to having somebody there. It's times when you need that when you create solo records, and when you turn around and nobody's there, it's like, ah, shit.
Yeah.
But I know within essence, I got fame 100%. So I can always get on the phone with him. But it's a little different when he's not in the studio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Production. Where do you go with the production? Do you keep it the traditional sound, or do you get a chance to experiment a little bit?
Well, I do get a chance to experiment because I don't have to meet that MOP standard. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? And then there's other things that I want to do as an artist, as an individual artist, that maybe is a little out of the box for MOP. But I still try to make sure I cover my core fan base with the way that I deliver the lyrics, and sometimes the topics. You know what I mean? But on this whole Billy Dance project, not just the 6 pack. Let me just be clear on the 6 pack. The 6 pack is actually my version of a single.
Mm.
So it's not an EP. It's just my version of a single, and it happened to be 6 songs. I wanted to make sure I covered enough ground. Um, so when you're doing this solo, when I'm doing this solo record, I got a chance to make records that MOP probably wouldn't make.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I'm always going to be Billy Dance, and the core fans, I know they're going to appreciate that. But there's other fans that I haven't touched yet that I may touch with the new material.
So as far as production, like what where do you go with it? Like do you hit the primos? Do you get new people? Because hearing you over certain beats might be weird to the fan base. So are you a little nervous about that? So where do you go with the production?
Now, you know what? Because I'm doing the solo thing, so I want to branch out.
Got
Now,
you.
with this first 6 pack, there's really no known producers
Okay.
on this, not well known. You know what I
Okay.
mean? I got a dude named Quincy Tones from the UK who's actually worked with a lot of people, Jada, and a lot of other dudes too. I got a young boy who I happened to walk into the studio on his birthday. This kid Joey Mafia,
Okay.
young boy, he's like 21 years old. He did a joint called "Make You Famous." That's on the 6 pack.
Got you.
He hasn't done any big production anywhere else, but he had a good, the beat was right. It was a good vibe in the studio. And to me, it really, I don't want to say it doesn't matter who produces it, but
Mhm.
I'm more into if it sounds good, if it's dope, I want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So where do you go with this? Do you do this straight up independent, or do you try to put it through some type of machine?
Nah, you know what? I'm at this point. I'm doing it independently. Me and my team, Rise and Fire / We Build Hits. Really like the MOP camp or myself, Billy Dance, kind of on autopilot. You know what I'm saying? Like I built my fan base over decades. I traveled the world 4 times, so I'm kind of in position. And then when you think about it, when you dealing with a big machine, it's like, okay, I have to sell X amount of records to get this amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, I have to sell whatever I sell to get all of the money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's still kind of balanced out, and I'm already solidified around the world, so it's still going to work out in my favor.
Was there a point that I heard you was scared of flying at one point?
Oh hell yeah! That shit ain't make no sense to me, dude.
How did you overcome that?
You know what? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. But really, the real answer is, I mean, I'm a human being. Just because I'm an artist don't mean everything comes easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I had, there's kids that need to be taken care of. There's bills that need to be paid. So it's either I hang out around America, where at some point, the money won't be enough for me, or I get on this plane and I go and get this money in Poland and get this money in Switzerland and Sweden and all these places. Dude, I would literally used to take boats to Europe.
Oh, so Christopher Columbus shit?
yeah, word. Like, it'd take me like 6 days, but I'll be drunk as hell the whole time, partying the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Same in the States. Like I would take trains everywhere.
Wow.
I would drive everywhere. I wouldn't fly. Sort of like Fat Joe, KRS-One. I think KRS-One still doesn't fly.
I think he still doesn't fly. Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, how much money you think you missed initially?
You know what? That's fucked up that you gonna ask me that,
though. Because the up and coming artists, it's like, yo, man, you gonna miss some serious money if you don't go out there early.
Well, you know what? Shane said that before too. He was like, "Man, we probably missed some dumb money." I'm like, well, don't worry about it, nigga. We get to it.
Yeah, we get back to
it. Really, my thing with this, it was a real fear of flying. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like I just didn't want to get on a plane just because, you know what I mean, to fuck up nobody else's money. It was a real fear of flying, so it was legitimate. But like I said, if I needed to be there on the 20th, I would be on the boat on the 13th.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Just where I get there on the 20th, and moving around Europe is real easy. Europe is basically like New York and Canada.
Got you.
Right at the border. You could basically walk across the street and be right in another country.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So I made it work, bro.
So you've been through the record labels. Select Records was first, right?
Yep, Select.
Then it was Relativity.
Relativity, yeah.
Then it was
Loud.
Y'all was Loud. Then y'all went to G Unit after Loud, or was it something after Loud?
That was more like Sony.
Okay.
Then Rockefeller. Then
G Unit.
G Unit, yeah, then G Unit. Like the majors or the major indies or the indie majors or whatever you want to call it.
Why do you think why do you think none of those situations helped y'all flourish?
Well, you know what? Really, most of the record labels, with exception of the first one, Select, like they gave us a shot because he believed in the music. Mm-hmm. Every other company did a deal with us or wanted to do a deal with us just because they were fans and just to be able to say, we got MOP as well.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, we still did well. Like I said, dude, like I traveled the world 4 times. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? No matter what the record label situation was, we went out there, we did the work for ourselves and for our families. So we're solidified again, like, we're basically on autopilot, bro.
Was when you recorded 4 Alarm Blaze, did Jay-Z come to the studio?
Jay-Z, look, first of all, and I tell this story, people are so amazed at this. The song was already done and out playing on the radio. Brooklyn was already in the uproar. The country was already in the uproar. And then Jay would come to the studio every day for like 2 weeks. Like, yo, I don't want to say begging, but asking to be on the record. Like, yo, come on, man, open the record up for me. Let me get on the record.
Wow.
Can I get on that record? Boom, boom, boom. And we decided to do it and let him get on the record. So that's how that kind of how that happened. So I don't remember if he was in the studio, and I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I was so drowned in Hennessy around that time in my career. There's a lot of things that I forgot, brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Your talking voice is kind of calm, you regular, but your rapping voice you project it. When did you come up with that?
From the very beginning.
Okay.
The very first day I walked into a studio. That's I don't want to say I came up with that myself, but you know, Lays was in the room, Fame was in the room, DR Period was in the room. And they're like, yo, a little more of this, maybe a little less that, and, you know, handle like this. And then over the years, I kind of perfected it, and it fell into pocket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's entertainment, dog. So I want to make sure I get my point across when I'm in the booth. So I project. Some people go, he's yelling all the time. I'm not yelling. I'm just projecting. I want you to understand what I'm saying. I really represent that part of society that people try to forget about, and they don't have a voice. So I need my voice to be as loud as it can be for them or for us as one. You know what I mean?
And being from Brooklyn, being from New York City, wasn't y'all banned in New York at one point?
Was banned in every major city in the country.
Why though? Tell the people why you was banned.
Well, they try to blame everything that happened on the music. You know what I'm saying? They try to blame it on Annie Up. Like, it was too wild in the clubs when the record came on, or the records that we had before that. I can remember actually performing one time in New Jersey, and it was by the time we got to the second verse, there had been 7 fights broke out.
Damn.
Now, I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't think it was my fault, man. I think these cats already had problems with each other before they, bumped into each other in the club. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nevertheless, they banned us for, creating these riots when these records come on, which also helped too.
So in New York City, that means y'all didn't really get a chance to touch the tunnel in some of these places?
Yeah. We did the tunnel just a couple times. Okay. The tunnel was more like a spot that wasn't for me. Okay. I'm not really a big hangout dude. I want to go get my work done, come out of there. I might have been in the tunnel 4 times, 2 times to perform, and maybe twice just to kind of chill a little bit, but always on edge in the tunnel. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So let me fall out of here before I end up in prison or something.
Something
bad happen.
Being from Brooklyn, it's always was big shoes to fill, to me, in my opinion, because the greatest come from Brooklyn. You know, I always say that. We got Kane, we got Jay, we got Big, and y'all was always considered like one of the top groups in hip hop. Period. Do you think the industry is kind of forgetting about y'all a little bit?
I don't really think so. I think there's just a new industry and new blood in the industry where they got to pay more attention to that. But as I said before, like, we are solidified. Facts. So I can go anywhere in Brooklyn and not have a problem. People always acknowledge me or Fame. And we get that love all the way around the world, not just in Brooklyn.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't think that the industry is forgetting about us. And even if they tried to, they couldn't, because we've done too much in this business. We worked with too many artists and too many execs. And we've always, in other people's opinion, like, we've always put out good music. You know what I mean? So, and we sticking to that. We're still going.
When y'all created How About Some Hardcore, after the record was done, did you say, yo, I think we got something? Like, what did it feel like? Because that was like the first time I was like, who the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? And like, what was that feeling after y'all did that record?
Well, I mean, you gotta remember too, like, that's literally right off the block.
Yes.
Like, we came right off the block and when I say right off the block, it was no plans or anything to go to the studio. Fame actually walked up on me and said, yo, remember I asked you to do a record with me? I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, no problem. I was like, just let me know. Let me know when. He said, now. I'm like, now? You mean now?
This minute? Yeah,
I'm out here doing something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he's like, yeah. So we went to the studio and we recorded the first verse, my first verse, Fame's first verse, and half of my second verse, because I wasn't used to rapping, projecting so hard and so strongly on the mic. I had never been in the studio a day in my life. That was my very first day.
How About Some Hardcore was your first time in the studio?
Very first time.
Wow. Amazing.
Very first time. And what was really amazing about it is about maybe 2 weeks later, we had a deal on the table.
Wow.
It was an unfinished song. The song wasn't even finished.
Wow. Wow.
So yeah, of course, I did think that we had something because it was something different from the normal for us. It's like, what is this? And I think I listened to the record probably 1,000 times, the
Yeah.
unfinished record, like, because I'm going, that's me coming out of the
Yeah,
speaker?
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I definitely thought we had something. Didn't know what we had, but I know we had something different. And it seems like it was a little light at the end of the tunnel for us at that point. We, I mean, it's Brooklyn, dog. It's Brownsville. You know what I mean? Like, we really had it rough down there.
Facts.
So there was nothing else for us that was in our eyesight that we could see where we could come up and better our lives. So yeah, I thought this was definitely something. We definitely had something with this one.
Going around the industry, did you have to reassure people like, no, I'm not gonna just punch you for nothing? Do you feel like people was just scared of you?
Yeah, which was bad.
Yeah.
Which was really bad, bro, because, I mean, we're human beings. Like, they always thought of us as animals. Like I said, we were banned from every major city in the country. A lot of big executives would make sure we couldn't come in buildings and stuff like that.
Damn.
So over the recent years, maybe over the last 10 years, I've actually been able to have conversations with people, and people would stop me in the middle of conversations like, yo, dude, I really had no idea. You know what I'm saying? That you were actually cool and wasn't on no bullshit. Sort of like, you just said, like, my speaking voice is calm. People don't know that about me.
Yeah, you think you're going to yell everything. Like, yo, what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Brownsville?
Like, no matter what. Yeah.
Placing your order with that crazy ad libs, right?
Yeah.
So they always thought that. But yeah, over the recent years, I was able to talk to people, a lot of CEOs, a lot of execs, and not even trying to get them to understand that I was a cool dude, but just trying to get them to understand I'm just trying to do good, clean business. And they kind of felt it from there. Like, dude is, dude's human. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad I got past that point.
I've heard, though, that you have snuffed some people in your time, though. I've heard that Billy has snuffed some people. I heard that you...
Well, I hit a few niggas in the mouth if I have to.
A few industry people too, but we ain't gonna put that out there. You've snuffed some rappers before too. I've heard that you snuffed some rappers. You ain't got to.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what, brother? Let me tell you this. If I ever get violent with somebody or do something to somebody, it's because the way they handled me, and it's really because, like, I wouldn't let somebody do something to me that I wouldn't do to them.
Got you.
If I look at you as a friend or somebody that I'm dealing with in some kind of way, I know I wouldn't snake you or do no bullshit to you. So if you do it to me, I have to show you that I don't appreciate that. Now,
go ahead.
If it's someone else that's not a friend, that's an enemy or an opposition, I expect that. So I'm not so upset about it. So me hitting somebody in the mouth in this industry was more about me being hurt over the way that they handled me because we were supposed to be friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What did you fear? I feel like DR Period initially gave y'all sound. Y'all wasn't working with DR Period anymore. What was the initial reaction? Was you fearful? Like, damn, where are we gonna get our sound from? I mean, of course, Primo stepped in and did an incredible job, but what was the initial reaction when y'all first wasn't dealing with DR anymore?
Well, it was crazy because it's like we family. DR grew up right around the corner from us. Mm-hmm. So we're family, and then we came in this together. But as far as the sound of MOP, if you move all the beats, it still sounds like MOP.
Facts.
If it's a cappella, it still sounds like MOP. So whatever producer it is, we're still going to be MOP. But it was a little weird. Like I said, we started together. DR is a dude from the neighborhood, a good friend. So it was a little awkward at first, but really, when we hooked up with Premier, the first record was supposed to be a remix to How About Some Hardcore. Mm-hmm. I watched him starting to put this beat together. I got hungry, went downstairs, got something to eat, came back. He had a whole beat. And that was the start of the Downtown Swingers. So we forgot all about the whole, you know what I'm saying?
That shit was incredible, man.
Right to Downtown Swingers. Yeah, that first one was bomb. Yo. I loved it. And we got one that we never put out. We got two that we never put out.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Well,
crazy,
somebody told me y'all got a lot of unreleased music with some. I heard y'all got some Biggie unreleased shit. I don't want to get you in trouble and nobody beating on your door, but I heard you got some Biggie verses that nobody heard.
We got a couple of joints, bro.
Yeah.
We got a couple of joints.
Yeah.
Word, word.
So when y'all leave DR and then Smooth and Trigger come in, was it initial resentment or was y'all like they dope? Like what was the real feeling like?
No, it was no resentment at all because nobody could be MOP.
Got you.
So, but of course, there was even my mother said that boy sounds like you, or that feels like y'all.
Facts. Yeah.
But before the music, like we were always cool with Smooth and Trig and Christ and all those guys.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm almost. I don't even have to ask them. I would never even have to ask them because I feel this way 100% of my heart. There was no way that they would try to be disrespectful or do anything underhanded towards us because they knew we wouldn't do that to them.
Yeah.
A lot of people were saying, yo, they sound like this or whatever. Then a lot of people was trying to create a beef between us, which never happened and never will happen because, you know what I mean? Like we from the same hood. And if there was anything about a beef or anything, it would be other than on records, which would never be good for either party.
Yeah, in the hood.
You know
Yeah,
what
in
I'm
the
saying?
hood would be
Right,
bad
exactly.
for the hood. I think the ultimate project one day, if we could find a budget or GoFundMe or something, is Smooth and Trigger, MOP, Christ, produced by DR Period and Primo. I think that would be the ultimate project one day. I think one day, I think we need that.
That's good, bro. You know what? I talked to Smooth a few months ago about putting some stuff together. I mean, we never kind of got to the bottom or what it is that we wanted to do, but that's something that we could definitely go back and revisit and pull together. And that that makes sense. I didn't even think. I was really just thinking. And what me and Smooth was just thinking, MOP, Smooth Trig, Christ, Teflon, the rest of their crew. That
How could I forget about Tef? Damn, my bad.
Right, but we weren't like in my head. It never dawned because we was just focused on what we were talking about.
Yeah,
so we never said DR and Preem, which only makes sense, right? It only makes sense to have DR and Preem.
And let's throw Papoose in there for a few verses too. He's original, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, you put Pap in there for a couple of verses. That boy's a monster too, ain't he?
Yeah, when you first heard Papoose, what was your first initial reaction?
I always thought Pat was dope. Now this was before everyone else heard him.
Yeah.
Because I was running to him just on the ads. He'd be like, yo, big bro, yo, check this out. Boom. Spit a couple verses as we walking from store to store, or he'll hit me with a CD or something and I'll play it. He's always been dope. He's always been dope. And it seems like he's getting better.
Yeah.
To be honest. Seems like he's getting better. He's getting sharp. And hats off to Pap and Remy and, you know, the family. God bless the family. They're doing their thing, man. I love to see it. I love it.
In this day and time, I know you wrote some of the most incredible shit because we've heard it. When you see people get away and sell millions of records with, and you know they might not even have a rhyme that rhymes. It might just be a line and shit don't make no sense. Do you say what the hell is going on? Like how many times did you ever say, I can't fuck with this shit no more, I quit?
A few times, but it wasn't about the music.
Okay.
Or the artist. You know what I'm saying? It was just about me as a man, like being like, you know what, I want to do something different. I'm tired of this. I want to move on. But as far as the cats today, with the records that they make, I mean, most of it I can't get with. It's because it's something that I wouldn't do, but I do appreciate it because we can go all the way back to when hip hop started in the Bronx or wherever it started at, right?
I think it started in Brooklyn, me personally, but that's
I know. That's why I said that.
Yeah.
That's why I said that. But I'm just hearing that part of the story.
Gotcha.
But when it started, if it would have stayed in that one spot,
yes,
we probably wouldn't. More than likely, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There would be no Rock Nation. There would be no deal for beats with Apple.
Yes.
There would be no Ice Cube making these movies. Will Smith would probably not exist. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
If this thing did not move. So we needed it to move. Now, the sound of it, it's like, you know, when we first heard hip hop, we was just coming off the heels of listening to our parents play the OJs, the Temptations, the,
Facts.
you know, Commodores and all of that. And when we played that music, our parents would walk through and go, "What the hell is that?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like garbage." Same thing that we're doing now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah. True.
And the same thing that happened when we came out and the older artists was doing it.
Yeah.
So, but it's growing, bro, and we need it to grow. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? If it don't grow, then we all fucked up. We all back on the corner. You know what I mean? Back in the projects, trying to get money the best way we could.
Going to
Now
prison.
you got dudes from these corners, like where we come from, bro.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you got
yeah, yeah.
50 doing $1 million deals. You got TV shows.
Yeah.
You got Jade handling LeBron James and, you know, liquor and doing big tours with his wife, who's a huge artist as well. Like if this thing didn't grow, he would be in Marcy, 50 would be in fucking South Jamaica, Queens, and I would be on St. Mark's Avenue.
Yeah.
So we need all of this, dog.
Brownsville.
We need it all.
Brownsville. I try to explain to people that's not from Brooklyn how fucking crazy Brownsville is, and in East New York, that area. You know, it's like across the street. You in the East, you come over here, then you in the '90s on the backside. You know what I'm saying? Like different shit. Like I'm trying to explain to people growing up there. What was a day in the life like for you? Let's say, let me give you a year, 1991.
Jesus Christ. That was, 91. I was actually in, and I got the quote fingers up. I was actually in college.
Oh, wow. Dope.
Yeah, that, with the quote fingers though, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's what it was bad, man. Like it was the same as, here's a story that I hate to tell, but there was one day me and Fame, and this was in 91. No, 90. Was it 91? Yeah, it was toward the end of 91. Me and Fame walking to the store. He got his dog with him, and his dog kept pulling away from him toward his bag. He pulls the dog away. We go up the block. We come back. This dog keeps running towards this bag. So he lets the dog get close to the bag. The dog shakes the bag. A whole torso falls out the bag.
Whoa.
Right? But this is regular for us because years before that, as I believe I was maybe 15, 16, and I used to walk down Howard Avenue to a spot that we was running a couple spots, a couple joints, whatever. So I'm walking down there, and every day I would walk down there for about 2 months, dude. There was a body just laying there.
Wow.
Like they never came and picked it up.
Yeah.
For 2 months, every day, and maybe it wasn't even 2 months. You know, back then time was moving slow for us, right? Because we was kids, we thought we had all the time in the world. So maybe it's like maybe a couple weeks. But every time I walked past, this body was still laying there.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it was bad, man. Like it was bad, like shootouts every day and people getting hurt, and you know there was no snitching back then, so people weren't so hesitant to get busy. You know what I'm saying? There was no cameras back then, so people wasn't really hesitant to get busy. They like on a yellow line at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, dancing.
Yeah, and I was trying to tell people that it's like 4 or 5 projects right across the street from each other in Brownsville. Like directly, you go to this side, it's a project, and then this project got beef with that. The back of the first of all, the projects got beef with the front and back. So if you on this side, and then the back side of the project got beef with the front side, but then they cool with the dudes in the project over there. It was really crazy, and it still is.
And the nice people lived in the middle.
Yep.
And they couldn't move.
Yep.
They couldn't move. Like you can't go to that store, you can't go to that store.
Yep.
You're walking to the middle of something.
So you've recorded with many top artists. What's your dream collaboration? I mean, you got Jay-Z under your belt, you got 50 Cent under your belt. You got big records. You know, it was a sleeper record, the joint with y'all and Product GMB. That's a sleeper joint right there. I love that joint.
That was a good record.
Yeah,
that was a good record.
What's your dream collaboration right now?
You know, I mean, out of all the artists, and maybe I shouldn't add my family in here, but really, because of the stage of my career right now, I want to make records with Fame and Tef. That's who I want to make records with. I want to make brand new records with Fame and Tef.
Gotcha.
Not that I don't love Rakim anymore, or Scarface is not in my top 3, or Big Daddy Kane ain't somebody that I love on a personal level and think is amazing,
The
but
GOAT.
I want to make records with my family.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Okay. Shout out to Fox too. Shout out to
Yes,
Fox.
sir.
Yeah, shout out to
Shout
Fox.
out to Fox, my
Fox
girl.
Fox had me thinking, I was scared. I was like, yo, Fox gonna be out there, whipping ass too, cause y'all just had it. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all, I mean, not saying y'all don't anymore, but I just love the movement because I understood it being from the borough. I understood the aggression. I understood the music. It made sense to me because I knew, yo, this is where we from. This is what we see every day. What's your favorite? If you could remember, what's your favorite studio session?
Shit, there's so many, dude. I mean, every day in D&D was awesome.
Wow.
Every day in D&D was like an adventure. And
Mm-hmm.
you had to be thorough to come into D&D at one time.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you couldn't just be like just no regular rapper, and you can't come in there front end. Like you got to be tied to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So every session in D&D was amazing. Sessions with Busta Rhymes is always crazy, animated.
Yeah.
Dude is fun as hell. uh, I think now that I think about it, I think my most memorable session was outside of the first time I went in the studio and created that How About Some Hardcore, but I think was the session that I did with Big Pun in Sony's studio to do New York Giants. And 3 days later, my brother passed away. But it was not just memorable just because he passed away, but just because of the vibe in that studio that day.
Yeah, yeah.
It felt like something extra special. Now, we didn't know the closeout to this was going to be getting a call and saying that Pun passed away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the whole vibe that day, he was there. He had his wife there with him, and Joe was there. A few of the cats from the Terror Squad were there, which we've always got along. Those are like my Puerto Rican cousins and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I think that session with Pun, that last session with Pun, was a great session. Had a good vibe.
So you got Jay-Z, 50 Cent, Pun, Busta Rhymes. Y'all list is crazy. Do you turn down features? Obviously you have because you don't have that many. But do you turn down features?
Yeah, of course.
What's?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And to get on MOP records, like we never asked. There was one person that we asked, I believe, to get on. Yeah, one person we asked to get on an MOP record, and that was G-Rap. We've never asked anyone else to get on an MOP record.
Stick to your guns.
Right. That's it. That was the only one that we've ever asked. With Freddie Fox, doing a joint with Freddie Fox or Blue Root, God bless him. So that just kind of had to happen. We're in the studio, we're vibing. All right, yo, you should get on this. You know what I'm saying? Or, yo, I should get on this. Yo, this will be hot. Boom. It's never been like, okay, let's create this record and maybe let's see if we could send it to Jay-Z and maybe he'll get on it.
Well, you already told the story of Jay-Z coming to the studio every day trying to get on that record. With Jay-Z, did you? I think us in Brooklyn kind of knew he was gonna be a big artist, but did you see this for him?
I don't know. I don't know. What I did see was he was, even though he was hanging in there with everyone else as far as whatever style of music was going on, he always did something a little bit different, a little more special, a little more upscale, or a little more out of the box, which obviously pushed him to getting into the space that he's in. And the space that he's in now, he's not even a rapper. He's a rapper.
Yeah.
That's his side job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's just a rapper that happened to be dope as hell, but that's a side job. He's doing business. He's doing big shit, man. And I just saw that he helped the kid out, got the kid out of jail that was they got locked up for selling CDs in the school or in the mall or something like that. Hats off to that brother.
Yeah.
And there was another time where he was bailing fathers out for Father's Day a couple of years ago, and I had to post that up. I was like, man, that is amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
The song You Don't Know, did you when y'all recorded that, did you like, holy shit, I think we just got another anthem? Did you realize what you just did?
It had nothing to do with me when I thought about we have another anthem. had nothing to do with Jay or Fame. It was just Blaze.
He smoked that. Yeah.
Dude, let me tell you something. Any beat you give me, if the horns are blaring properly in the right melody, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna work. I don't give a fuck. Shut them down with Pete Rock did the remix.
Yeah.
It's gotta work. So shout out to Just Blaze for that, man. He bodied that beat. And shout out to Jay for asking us to be on the song. And it worked out pretty good.
When
we perform that song at shows now.
I could imagine. Do you write your ad libs down?
Sometimes, yeah.
Cause your shit's y'all ad libs is perfect. Like y'all the ad libs is almost as important as your main verse to me. Especially a MOP ad lib is serious.
Yo, dude, my brother, I'm gonna be honest. I'm so happy that you asked that question. No one has never asked me that question, never. But the truth is, like, it depends on the beat, right? The beat will tell you exactly what to do. So you'll write your ad libs, but then there's some other beats that'll tell you just write and then create your ad libs.
Got you.
As you know what I mean, as you lay your verse. You know what I mean? Sometimes we even actually go in, like I actually go in and lay all the ad libs first.
Wow.
The whole song.
Wow.
And then later lead verse.
Yeah. So what's a MOP song that everybody loves that it's okay with you, but everybody loves it?
I think Cold as Ice. And Cold as Ice was number one for about 7 months straight.
Wow.
But to me, I just thought it was kind of cool. I didn't think it was amazing. I still feel the same way about it, but I love the record, of course.
Yeah.
I still feel the same way. I like Annie Up more because it was a little more up.
Yeah.
And that's a record that Fame decided that we're going to do this record. But there's other records too that MOP got. There's so many, man, that I feel like are even better records than fucking Annie Up, How About Some Hardcore, or Cold as Ice.
What's your favorite? You know what I mean? What's your baby? What's your record? What's your favorite record?
The first Foundation. For the foundation, we accept blood, sweat, and tears, and cleared all. I love that record because of what it means to me. Like, people go To the Death. A lot of people talk about To the Death because To the Death, they feel that record like that. It had a West Coast vibe, but it had East Coast lyrics, and it had that meaning of a hood family, of a street crew that was welded together. Yeah, but that's the same feeling everybody get everywhere else. My thing with records is, I just want to make sure that people see other than the bad side of the record. Even though the way we present it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's good in everything, man.
Yeah,
you just gotta find it sometimes.
My top 3 MOP records, besides the obvious, is Follow Instructions. Absolutely
dope.
That fucking song. I be in the gym. I'm telling you, that give me another 10 minutes on that treadmill or that Stairmaster. I'm telling you. And I got that song on repeat because it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's like follow instructions. Now, here's what I want y'all to do for me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, number 2 is Warriors. Oh, man.
That's one of my favorites.
Warriors. I think it's you. Yeah. Warriors. When you say that shit, I'm like, and then you got to remember, Warriors, Brooklyn, the home of the Warriors, and when you think about what you're saying is from the movie, so that and I remember I think AZ had the same music for a song. You know what I'm saying? So it was so similar, but y'all shit was really, really, it was MOP. And the sleeper record for MOP to me is Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Love that song, man.
Oh,
I love Blood.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, you know why? Because it wasn't traditional up tempo, but it was the singing on that. I love Blood, Sweat, and Tears. You know what I'm saying? So and I mean, it's so many.
Meant a lot to us.
Yeah, it's so many. Downtown Swinger Part 1, Part 2, Rugged Never Smooth. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could go on and on and on with MOP catalog. How long is y'all showtime?
Depends on where we are, but we can go for 2 hours
I'm
if we
about to
need to.
say, yeah.
Yeah, we can go for 2 hours if we need to. Sometimes we'll do most of the time we do like an hour and a half, hour 45, depending on where we at. Here in the States, it only requires 30 minutes, 40 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Which we just getting in gear,
Yeah,
30, 40 minutes.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? So
How
if we
many?
doing a tour where the shows is like 30, 40 minutes, it'll take us at least 3 shows to get warmed up because it's like, man, we're not used to it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like
yeah,
we
yeah,
want to
yeah.
go.
Y'all
You know?
perform Annie Up with Buster before, right?
Yeah, of course.
What is
A
that
million
energy
times.
like?
Ridiculous. It might be the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my
Yeah.
life. Yo,
Yeah.
I mean, we did NJ Pack maybe about 2 years ago. Maybe
Uh-huh.
Buster was doing something like 2 years ago. We did NJ Pack and we did Barclays,
Mm-hmm.
Barclays Center around the same time. And dude, coming out to do, because what he does is he comes out and he just does like an intro, him and Slip. You know, those niggas are
Yeah, yeah,
amazing
yeah,
together
yeah.
on the
They're like
stage.
one person on the stage.
They,
Yep.
yo,
Mm-hmm.
crazy. They come out, do a little intro, and then he says something, and then Scratch throws on Annie Up.
Mm.
And we just run out there and go ape shit.
Yeah.
So he wants to do, and I love this nigga show, man, because he knows how to put it together.
Yes.
He's like, let
Yes.
me come
Yeah.
out here and just fuck with y'all, have some fun, and then I'm gonna turn it up on y'all ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about, dude, the fucking roof
Yeah.
would almost come off in any arena that we do this song in.
Y'all have actually performed that shit a few times in a row, right? Like y'all had to bring this shit back and start it over, right?
Yep, exactly. That's
Yeah.
exactly. Like sometimes it's Buster's show where he'll come out and he'll do his verse, or then he'll go and then he'll bring it back and then it goes into MOP now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
MOP
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
MOP now. You know what I'm saying? And then
Crazy.
we run out and go ape shit.
How
And
did-
people still absorb that song like it's brand new.
No, that's timeless music. How did Remy get on the song? I didn't see that one coming.
Really forced her way on the record.
Smart woman.
Really, what I mean by that is she just did such a good verse that we didn't have her in mind.
Uh-huh.
Because really, Jay was supposed to get on the song.
Whoa.
Prodigy did a record for the song.
Whoa.
Now, I didn't want to use Prodigy's verse because he was actually talking about Jay. Remember, they had the little beef.
Oh shit. Okay.
So I hit Jay and was like, "Yo, never mind. Don't worry about the verse. We closing the song out."
Mm. Is this the first time he's ever going to hear that? I mean, the world. This is the first time the world is going to hear that. But
No. Probably. Yeah.
But did he know that
no,
Prodigy?
they know Prodigy was on the song.
He didn't know Prodigy was dissing him on the song though.
Well, around that time it was beefing, so I'm sure if Prodigy, if he knew that Prodigy was going to be on the song,
Yeah.
he knew that was going to happen. But
Got you.
Yeah, I couldn't allow that, even if it was the other way around. Even if Jay would have got on the record, just Prodigy, I would have took Jay off the record.
Got you.
You know what I mean? You don't bring your little beef and your little war into my house. I don't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially when you cool with everybody.
Exactly.
So do you got any? So when you leave like G Unit, do y'all leave with y'all music or does he keep everything? How does that work?
No, we leave without music.
Okay.
I'm not going nowhere without what belongs to me.
Got you.
And there's no way anything that I have, anything that I've created will ever belong to anyone else because I'm sharp enough to make sure the paperwork's right.
Got you. Could you put a rumor? Could you put a rumor to rest? They were saying that the G Unit deal didn't work out because y'all didn't want to sign over your publishing.
Well, I don't know if that's why it didn't work out.
Okay.
There's no way in the fuck I would do that anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like look, we all grown, we all got families and kids. So why would I give you everything that I worked for to provide for my kids to you, so you can have it for your kids?
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? Like, and when I do deals with younger artists that I'm trying to bring up now, I don't go in there and fuck with their publishing.
Yeah.
Because I understand what it means. Like later on in life, when you feel like you don't want to do this no more or even can't do it no more, your kids need to be able to reap the benefits. Like it's just wrong for me to take the food out of your kid's mouth and put it in my kid's mouth. I'm a man. I can go get my own for my own kids. That's yours. You worked for it.
Yes.
You keep it. You hold on to it.
At
You know
one
what I mean?
at one
Like,
point, did you realize you was on a possibly on a record label with like Mace? Did you ever picture that in a million years? Like Mace on a song with Mace?
no, I thought that was funny as hell too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I talked about it all through the whole tour. I'm like, Mace on G? I
Yeah,
love Mace,
yeah,
dude. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
I
yeah.
love Mace. I just thought it was a weird fit. But Mace, he blended in well. I mean, he's from Harlem. He a nigga too. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
exactly.
Regardless
Yeah,
of,
yeah, don't get it twisted. Yeah.
if he made nice music or music that played in clubs or mainstream music, but he wasn't into a whole bunch of trouble like everyone said, and the man went over to find God. That still don't mean he ain't no nigga.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
facts, facts.
It just seemed I was a little thrown off, but I know Mace from way, way back. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? Way back, him and Cam and Big L, God bless. So way, way back before there was a G Unit, or even a Bad Boy.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? So,
Can you can you
but Mace a good brother.
yeah, can you give me a memorable rap cipher that might have happened? Who was in it and nobody knows about it? Because you know a lot of the cameras came out now, but a lot of shit happened off camera in hip hop that we wish we was able to document. Do you remember a rap cipher that you might have been in it, been in before?
Mm, You know what's crazy, bro? Like I'm a little bit. I just happen to know how to rap.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I never was so involved where I'm like, I want to battle and I want
Okay.
to be in rap cyphers. I've never done that, and I
Mm.
was never really. Not that I wasn't impressed with it, but it wasn't my thing. Like I want to make songs, I make songs. And the beginning of my career, like all I did was freestyle. Like the most of the first MOP album was just freestyle. So I would freestyle, but I never would be into the whole battle ciphers and all of that shit. I didn't pay it no mind. I wanted to get my chips, go home. You know what
So
I'm
when
saying?
you say
That's
freestyle,
it.
you mean off the top?
Yeah.
Wow. The first MOP album is just you just going in there, no writing, and just going.
Yeah, a lot of the records were like that.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Blue
Like I
Steel
really
and all that.
didn't. I
Whoa.
didn't. Yeah, I didn't start writing records until maybe after toward the end of the second album,
Mm.
going into the third album. Warriors, of course, I've written, but
Hmm.
for me, it was more. It's better for me to not have my hands occupied with pen and pad. You know what I mean? Because I feel like it hinders me from opening up. So I'll literally just walk around my house writing a record in my head.
Mm.
And I've always done that. You know what I'm saying? Like I live in the mountains now, so I do my little hiking, my little jogging. And when I'm hiking and shit, like I'm coming up with records. Like I'm writing this record. It'll take me 2 days of hiking to write a full record.
Mm.
And that's kind of how I do it.
So new artists. What new artists are you co-signing right now? What new artists are you working with?
Well, I'm working with a young man named Money Mark from Queens.
Okay.
Young boy named La Boogie, who happens to be my son and fucking amazing. Shocked the hell out of me. I didn't know the kid could rap. So he know he had to come with me on it.
Yeah.
My man D Dub out of Queens. My boy Eisenpower, who's from Florida. My man Corporal AK, who's from Edgemere.
Mm.
A guy named Tona that I've been, working with off and on a little bit from Toronto, who's fucking amazing. My man Lucci Lona, the whole GOML crew down in Philly. So I work with a lot of different artists, man, and a lot of different producers around the world. It doesn't matter. Like I said before, it doesn't matter if you're already in position or not. I know talent when I see it, and anything I can help with, I'm always there for somebody that really want to work, not the dudes that's half-ass doing it, though. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. So what's all your social media? Cause I see you on Facebook. We actually friends on Facebook. I'm just under my real name, and you be on that book. Like, how did you adapt to social media?
You know what's crazy, bro? I had Facebook when everybody had MySpace.
Mm.
So it was way, way back that I had Facebook.
Wow.
So I've always been, mingling with social media. I'm just starting to get a little to the gram and shit. You know what I mean? Because I'm not really a picture person.
Yeah.
But this makes it easier to get the word out there. I don't mind. I'm not like a stubborn old man. No, we got to only the Buick. Nah,
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take that Rari. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not just only the build nigga. So, but I find it easy once you figure out how to navigate through these sites or whatever, and figure out how to get put it out there to your people. Because I mean, it's easier, right? Like remember, at one point, like for me to get my record to Germany, I had to actually get it pressed. I had to go to the box it up, take it to the take it to UPS or whatever. They had to ship it. It would take weeks,
Mm-hmm.
literally weeks to get there. Now it's a press of a button.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm cool with it, bro. And,
How,
and
how did
I'm getting a little more savvy as we go along.
how do you adapt to people coming to your comments talking about how they gonna smack the shit out you, shoot you, or to suck? You know, these little niggas is telling niggas to suck my dick. Like, how do you adapt? How do you deal with that? Because I'm still learning a
Yo,
little bit.
what's crazy is I never really got that, but there's one dude in Connecticut said he's gonna follow me the fuck up.
Mm.
I said, oh, okay. And then his man taps in and said he wants some too. So they both gonna fold me up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just waiting for him to fold me up. And I'm not gonna say what happened after that.
Yeah.
Myself and the cats that left the message, they know what happened after that.
Mm.
I think one of them kind of realized that, you know what I mean? This is not the smartest thing to do.
Yeah.
And, he's a grown man with a family and, you know what I mean? Maybe he need not to be putting that kind of energy out there.
Facts.
So he left a message or whatever. I never even replied to him, but and I ain't even mad at him because sometimes I feel like I want to hit somebody in the mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I totally get it. When you're pissed off, bro, you're pissed off. But I'm just not the dude that you just gonna be hitting in the mouth.
Word. So
my shit ain't set up like that.
Yeah. How could they find you on social media? What's your names?
Oh, you can find me on Instagram, man, at Billy Dance 1545, or you can find me on Twitter at Bill Danze MOP. And I'm all over Facebook.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So you can find me, Billy Danze, also on Facebook. I'm there. You know what I mean?
And you also mentioned a company earlier. What is it called? We Build Hits?
We Build Hits. Yeah, that's my company. And I'm actually putting out this project, this 6-pack, with in conjunction with Rise and Fire.
Okay.
Which is my partners. So great group of guys over there. They really got my back. So yeah. And also y'all can look that up too on IG, Rise and Fire, and We Build Hits. Y'all can hit us up over there too.
So what does it take to get down with you? Like, cause it seemed like motherfuckers probably scared of you. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, what does it take to get down with you?
I mean, bring something to the table.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not nice at all with what you do.
Yeah.
Bro. So if somebody like yourself brings something to the table, bring what you do to the table. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Let's figure out a deal. Let's figure out how to make it work. R&B singers. I can't do that shit.
Yeah.
I need a crew of people around me that does different things so we can move forward. Like, I don't need, like, every artist that I deal with, none of them sound like Billy Danze. None of them cover the MOP ground. I don't need that because I already got that covered.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So if somebody else that comes to the fold with something else, then if I can help you, I'll help you. If we can work together, we'll work together. And I'm always going to give it 100% too. So nobody has to worry about if I'm going to halfway be in a partnership with them or halfway do what I said I'm going to do. I'm going to do it all the way.
So, in closing, what's the projected timetable for you to drop all of this?
Okay, so now, we talking right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's March 7th today.
Yes.
March 8th will be the first piece of the puzzle, which we're calling the 6-pack.
Okay.
It's from the Billy Danze project. 6 crazy records on there that I appreciate, and everybody, all the tastmakers that have the record seem to appreciate too. So March 8th, the 6-pack from the Billy Danze project. I got some videos floating around. The Halle Berry video is out now, and I may drop a video tomorrow. I may do that because I got a whole bunch of shit stockpiled. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
Yes,
the timetable, and where can they get that? On all the streaming platforms?
All the streaming platforms. You can go download it on iTunes, your Google Plays, all of that. And wherever you can find a record at, that record is there. And
when they look for the name, what are you going under for the project? That's very important.
Oh, it's Billy Danze.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because they
It's
might be
Billy
looking
Danze.
up
Look for
Billy
Billy.
Danzini. They might be looking up William. All your aliases.
Yeah, yeah,
Billy Danze. Billy
yeah, yeah. Billy Danze.
Billyddanze. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you can Google, or whatever the Billy Danze Project, or Google Billy Danze, and you'll find it somewhere. If you're looking for it, it's there.
Okay.
It's out there.
And last question. When's the timetable for this MO the new we need a new MOP?
I would say, yeah, maybe mid next year,
Okay.
maybe mid 2020. I mean, because we're working on it now. Too,
Got
know
you.
what I'm saying?
Got you.
So it can happen. It can really happen any day. But we don't want to swallow up the Billy Danze project with.
Yeah. You got to space it out. You got to space it out. And,
Yeah,
and Fame got some projects that he's working on too.
Yep, Fame. Last year he dropped the Say Nothing video, so now
Mm-hmm.
he's finishing up his project. So he may be releasing something in the near future.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Rest
So we
in
want to keep
peace.
that MOP bug going.
Yeah, rest in peace to Sean Price. Before he passed, he told me to come to the crib and he let me hear what him and Fame was doing. And I was like, holy shit, like I didn't foresee that. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully that get to see the day of light too. Rest in peace to Sean
Actually
Price.
done. Look, between me and you, Diamonds, and we ain't gonna tell nobody this, but Fame just sent me a record yesterday, so I can go and put my verse on the Sean Price Fame joint.
Wow, that's just
he's
between
wrapping
me
it
and
up
you.
now.
Yeah, that's between me and you.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. That's right.
So let's we gotta definitely I got your math. We definitely gotta stay in contact. When you down in the city, we
Yep.
definitely gotta do more things. Brooklyn. I actually wanna go show people a little bit of Brooklyn before it got what it was like before it got gentrified, because they see poodles and motherfuckers running in shorts now. They think shit
I
is
know.
sweet. Shit is,
Dude,
it's
I was in the Star. a couple months ago, and I seen like these signs over the street from one side of the street to the other, like "Welcome to Bedford Stuyvesant."
yeah.
I'm like, man, that shit look weird.
Yeah.
It's like extra clean and shit.
Stuyvesant
Like,
Heights. Even around
Yeah,
Christmas,
yeah.
they put Christmas lights all down the streets now and all. I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on?
What kind of bullshit is this?
Yeah. I'm happy that the crime is down. I'm definitely happy for that.
Mhm.
But don't move our people out, man. And our people, man, stop
Yeah.
leaving. Find a way to stay. But some people do need to leave because the higher your popularity get, it's just not wise for you to stay in the hood. You could give back to the hood and go back to the hood when you need to, but sometimes it's just not wise to stay in there. And you didn't work hard to stay amongst BS. You work hard to contribute to uplifting it, but sometimes you got to leave
That's
because
right.
that hate be too strong in the hood sometimes.
Listen,
I had to
your
leave.
initial thought
Yeah.
when you thought about I need to do something, I want to win. It was always like I want to win. I want to get myself a nice house, set my family up properly. It was never like I want to make all this money and just hang out on Bedford Avenue and somebody come shoot me in my face.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
It was never that.
Yep,
It was
yep.
never that. But
All right, so bro,
Yeah,
man, I thank you for taking your time out in the day. Next time we get to Skype together, you could be on the screen and all that. But this is just as good. And this is the first time me and you ever got to chop it up, like this. So this definitely won't be our last. So make sure y'all go pick up that Billy Danze project, the 6-pack. It will be out on all streaming platforms by the time this airs. So that means if it's dropping tomorrow, I'm dropping his interview tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get a Friday.
That's right.
It's Thursday right now, but y'all gonna get a Friday, a special all around, new music, new interview, new everything. Billy Danze, the 6-pack, will be on all streaming platforms. This is his first time out by himself too, so y'all gotta definitely show him a little extra love so he don't get cold feet and not do it again. You know what I'm saying? We definitely need more and more and more from you. So Billy,
That's
man,
right.
thank you for calling. I'll holler at you later on.
Thank you, family. I appreciate you, man.
Yep. All right, peace.
Peace.
All right, so that was Billy Danze of the world famous Firing Squad MOP. Got a lot of information out of him today. Things I didn't know. I didn't know nothing about the Prodigy he's supposed to be on the song. I didn't know nothing about Jay-Z. Wow, that's incredible information. Hopefully, when I do interviews, y'all get to learn something about the artist that you never knew before. And that's what I do this for. Whether you a new artist, whether you an old artist, I try to give you information that you just never knew, not just always beef issues and all that other madness. So that's what it is. I just want to give a quick shout out to Timothy Bowden, who's on the check-in, and make sure you follow him on Instagram at Somebody Sign Me Now. Yes, that is his Instagram. Somebody Sign Me Now. His name is Timothy Bowden. So make sure y'all shout him out. Also the God Ski 7, Old Myth, Born Magnetic, Malad Divine. You know, everybody who support Doggie Diamonds brand, Digital Soapbox Network is the brand. Make sure you go. And also too, hold on, man. We got to make sure we get this in there. Make sure you go to shop.doggiediamondstv.com. Pick you up a hat, pick you up a t-shirt, pick you up a sweater, pick up something from me out there. You know, all social media is Doggie Diamonds, DOGGIEDIAMONDS, Doggie Diamonds. I'm on everything. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. I don't really snap like that, because they got premium snaps where these chicks be, you know, go pay charging money to show that little cootie and all that. I ain't with all that. But yeah, I got everything on social media. Doggie Diamonds TV, that's what you looking at right now. Doggie Diamonds No Filter on iTunes and radio.com. That's what you listening to right now. Make sure you subscribe to the iTunes to get this exclusive audio. Make sure you go to radio.com, look up Doggie Diamonds. Every link for everything I do is always below in the description box. So make sure you support. With that, I'm Doggie Diamonds. I'm signing out. I was going to say where I'm going, but they didn't give me no money. But I'm about to go to Trader Joe's. Forget it. I'm going to Trader Joe's to get me some food that I need. And that's what it is. So, yo, man, I thank y'all for y'all support. Shout out to Billy Dan. Shout out to MJ for hooking us up to, you know, Brooklyn. Psst, you already know Brooklyn. I'm out of here. Doggie Diamonds. You are now watching Doggie Diamonds TV. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Also, you want to hit the bell so you can get all notifications of when I'm going live or when I upload new content. And don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment on this channel. Peace.